Good afternoon, everyone.
All right, so good afternoon. We have the members of this group that are here. So we allow them to introduce themselves and also their role, and then go ahead with their presentation. So you can introduce yourself briefly and your role, and then you continue with your presentation. We are live now.
Okay, good afternoon. I am Azubike Obima. I am the mediator. Thank you.
Olakunle, unmute yourself.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Oladejo Olakunle. I'm representing the HR Surplus Manufacturing Complaint.
That's fine. Dr. Mikey, unmute yourself. Doctor,
Hello, hello, hello. My name is
go ahead.
Dr. Michael, the Labor Union President representing the complainant.
So people can start.
All right. I welcome each and every one of you to Transparency Mediation Center, Ikoyi, Lagos. I welcome you, Dr. Michael Shobowale and Mr.
Dr.
Lakunle.
Mikey, mute your mic.
Okay, so I welcome you to Transparency Mediation Center, Ikoyi, Lagos. I welcome you, Dr. Michael Shobowale and Mr. Olakunle to this center. Actually, it was Mr. Olakunle who reached out to us concerning some grievances at his workplace, and that is why we sent you an invitation. We sent you invitation to come to the center so that we can put our heads together and solve the trend to solve the issue. Okay, before we go on, I like to get us acquainted with the rules here. The rules we observe. Number one, you have to be open-minded on the matter, this matter that has brought you to this center. Number two, no one should interrupt another while they are still talking. Number three, abusive words or insulting languages while expressing yourself is not acceptable here. So we should mind our language. Number four, be considerate in your demand and your offers. And lastly, agree to resolve the matter amicably here so that peace would reign. Okay, without much ado, I would want to hear from Dr. Michael, the union president, the labor chief. Please go on and tell us your grievances, your demands concerning your workplace. The floor is open for you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Obina, and it's my pleasure to be here. Because of time, let me be swift about it. Basically, we are here. We brought a complaint before this center on the three major issues that we want to resolve with the management because we wouldn't want to resort into strike and industrial action. And one of the area is health insurance. We need a better health insurance. This has been discussed with the management, but still we're not getting a very good response. And most times the HMO we're using is very, very poor. The drugs, the only thing you can get
Hello, Dr. Michael, we can't hear you. I can't hear you.
the hospital that the
Dr. Mike, please, we cannot hear you. Okay, I think the network is not too favorable where he is. Um, well, we'll exercise patience for him to come on board. Mr. Kunle, while we wait for him to come on board, please, can you just tell me about your company, things you produce, and the rest? Just want to know about this company
hello,
and what's like your
hello,
working condition in your
hello,
company.
hello,
Thank you.
hello. Can you hear me?
We can hear
Okay,
you.
go on. Yeah, go on.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can hear you. Go on.
So what I'm saying is, okay, when the working the first is the health insurance. We demand that the management should increase the health coverage by 25%, so that we the workers can actually get a better health, in being effective at work. Secondly, we demand an increase, a reduction in the working hours. We are doing 40 hours per day, meaning from 6 a.m. in the morning to 2 p.m., from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. in the night, and from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Somebody who is to resume work by 6 a.m. ought to have left home by 5 a.m. in the morning. And the situation of the country is very, very risky. There are times that we have some of the workers being attacked by the hoodlums while coming to work. So aside that, there is no break time. There has not been once you resume work, there is no time to go even take your breakfast or lunch or whatsoever. So we demand a reduction in the working hours to 30 hours instead of 40 hours. And lastly, we're asking for increase in salary, because everybody knows very well that inflation is on the peak in the country at the moment. We should
Obi man,
Right?
Obi man, you are the mediator. You can go ahead. You have heard his point. They are clear. There are 3 points.
Okay,
Go ahead.
okay, all right. Well, you see, Mr. Olakunle and Dr. Michael, what we do here is fairness and transparency. Our watchword here is fairness and transparency. So at the center, we shall do our best to maintain the status quo. so that we shall be fair to all concerned. So, without much ado, I would want you to take the stage and react to the requests and demands of your workers, headed by Dr. Michael. All right, Mr. Kunle, go on.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Odima. And thank you very
Okay, you
much,
have 2 minutes to do that.
Mr. Dr. Michael. Yeah, on the issue of HMO, we have tried as much as possible to provide all necessary infrastructure in place to make sure that the HMO, our complaint, give an outstanding HMO to workers, because we know that the health of the worker is very important to us. So, in the line of that, we provide the company with the HMO, with the necessary HMO that we serve the worker better. So we can consider the increment of 20% increment on the HMO. Then the issue of the reduction in the working hour. Actually, when we look at the complaint, we see that we have a competitive market whereby the other competitor, they also produce, and we wouldn't like a situation where we get a low turnover. So, in the issue of the working hour, which we are proposing 30 hour per week, I don't think that would be feasible, but we can still do um, we can still do 35% if the management, if the complainants will take to it. So please, let's look at that. Then he has not on my own table we had a issue of salary increment. He has not really talked about it, but on the issue of to save our time, on the issue of salary increments, we are not really we can't overemphasize that so many things have increased in the market, and we on our own part too, we've been looking up to is whereby we give at least a little consideration above what we are paying before, and we are proposing of maybe 10% increment on the salary. So that is it. If my mediator will really hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you for shifting little ground in consideration to your workers. Well, I want us to understand that in as much we are seeking interests of people we are representing, I want you to reconsider your demands and your offers so that we can be fair to all concerned. Being rigid on your stand will only jeopardize the very interests we are trying to protect. To that end, I want you to reconsider your demands and offer on the improvement on health insurance, and you have to come to agreement. Okay, would going to take it one after the other. After the health insurance, we'll go to the working hours, then we move to the salary increment. Then I would ask Dr. Michael if he's okay with your demand. Dr. Michael, what do you think about the offer he has offered to you?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Obina. I really appreciate. One, I want to start from the salary increment. We understand that things are very costing. Something you buy here at the rate of 10 naira today, you cannot get it 10 naira tomorrow. So I will appreciate, I will thank the management for shifting grant for coming up with something, but I believe they can actually do better. And I will suggest the management to do more than that 20%. If they can do 22%, I think we'll be good with that, because things are in double. When you buy 10 naira today, it's 20 naira tomorrow. So if they can do 22%, is we are good about it. And on the issue of that health insurance coverage that we demand 25%, we
Okay,
appreciate if the management can do 22%.
All right. I would want us to be taking this one after the other, so we don't have to have conflicting sides. You raised about salary increment, and you talked about 22%. Okay, I would ask Mr. Oshobowale. I will ask Mr. Kunle. I don't know if he's still around. I will ask him if he's okay with the 22% you talked about. Okay, Mr. Kunle.
Your time is over. And mediator, can you summarize your agreement, please?
Okay, thank you, Registrar. Okay, we see for so far we have moved on. I am happy that we have progressed so far. And from what is obtainable here, we can see that the two sides have come to a term. Concerning the health insurance, I see they have agreed to take on 50% health coverage. Then on working hours, we also see that they have accepted to go on with 35 hours a week. Then
Okay.
for salary increment, I also see that they have also accepted to come to a middle ground of 20% salary increment. I
It's fair
I
enough.
yeah, I appreciate your willingness, you both, Dr. Michael and Mr. Kunle, your willingness to shift ground, to compromise, and to come to this center. I will promise you this center will carry on and push forward to make sure that what you have accepted or what you have reached will stand and will stand firm. Thank you for coming, and thank you for
Thank,
not going on the industrial action. Thank you for choosing peace. God bless you
thank
all.
you, sir. Thank you, sir. HR, thank you,
You're
sir.
welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so see you some other time when need be. Bye bye.
Jesus. Why be now? Why be now? Come late.
Okay, so group 24, members of group 24, thank you for your presentation. Your time is actually over. We have heard your presentation. Uh, you do not have enough time to do your presentation because of the fact that we are running out of time. We don't have time. So, and the network issues. But we have heard you, we have seen your effort, and we'll do justice in scoring you well. So, thank you and have a wonderful time as we allow other groups to come in and do their
Thank
own
you
part
very
of
much,
it.
sir.
All right, now. Have a good day.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.